Wednesday, December 6th, 2017. Checking in like a week after my last video. Imagine that. I didn't disappear this time. Not yet, at least. Just leaving the gym. Sleep schedule's been kind of strange lately, so I got here at about 5:30, 5:45 this morning. Spent about 2 hours, old school college style volume training after my powerlifting movements. Bench press, which it feels absolutely terrible, and I almost quit today. My shoulder almost convinced me that today's the day I have to do some serious rehab or take some time off from that movement, or I don't know. Moved stupidly right into, actually the bench press felt fine, but then I increased the weight and then did 5 more sets of 5 reps at a heavier weight with a slingshot band, which is like a powerlifting device that reduces some of the stress off of the initial part of the movement. Because when you're down in that position, it's providing a lot of tension, helping you out of the hole, and then effectively you're locking out, you're finishing the top 50 or 60% on your own with no assistance. For some reason while it felt easy, weight-wise, just my shoulder was acting up. From that right into overhead shoulder press with a lightweight. Sounds stupid after, complaining about my shoulder, but the overhead movement versus the forward movement, overhead movement doesn't seem to bug me. And some bent over barbell rows, which I enjoy, and then some lat pull downs, and then some low cable rows, and then some biceps. And in the back of my head the entire time I'm thinking, I'm doing all this stuff while I'm considering doing like a pretty... Ooh, that guy almost backed into that car next to me. Like a pretty serious cut. Like a real cut for the first time in my life. And man, I'm building up this strength and I'm building up this muscle and I'm just going to fucking lose it because I'm going to diet down, and how discouraging is that? But realistically, what is even more discouraging is that I have all this strength and I have all this muscle, but I look in the mirror and I just see a fat fuck. Maybe some degree of body dysmorphia there. I still don't know what I look like. Generally, I've had people say you look like a running back in the NFL. But I look in the mirror and I see a 290 to 300 pound bulky fat guy. But man, I do not want to go into another summer feeling this way. So anyways, check-in video. That's all I really have going on. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, but I ran a Tough Mudder last year in New Orleans, a half Tough Mudder, and I jogged leading up to that. I did the Tough Mudder at like 300 pounds, and I cleared every single obstacle, and most obstacles I would then turn around and help 5 to 10 people up over the obstacle. So it was pretty physically challenging. The only obstacle I couldn't do was the last one, where you have to run up this pretty steep slide. At that point, you're completely covered in mud. And after 3 attempts and eating shit 3 times, there was just no way I was able to do that. But anyways, we have another Tough Mudder planned for this year in British Columbia in June, I think. And so I'm going to have to start, strength-wise I'm fine, but I need to lose some body weight if I don't want to, I'm going to be doing a full one this year. And my cardio was not an issue last year, even though I was jogging 1 to 3 miles a few times a week, a couple times a week. Cardio was fine. I'm in no race. I'm not trying to set any time records during these obstacle courses. I'm mostly just trying to conserve energy between obstacles. So maybe jogging at 3.5 miles an hour between obstacles, and then, using all of my energy there. But what's going to make next year a lot easier is just simply not being so fat. I don't need to be stronger. I don't need better cardio. I just need to drop 60 pounds. So need to manage that somehow, whether it be low carb or a keto diet or intermittent fasting, which I've had great luck with, essentially where I'm eating nothing for 18 hours a day, and then I have like a 6-hour binge window where during those 6 hours I eat anything I want. If that's a pint of ice cream and a large pizza, or if that's steak and potatoes, or if that's a green smoothie and some chicken and rice, or if it's all of those things within that 6-hour window, it's kind of like cheating every single day. That may not be good psychologically, maybe feeding into that, binge disorder or whatever I may have. But even still, if I'm not eating for 18 hours a day, I do lose weight, despite what I'm eating in those 6 hours. So that works pretty well. But I find that once I get down to about 270, it sort of stalls out. Even in those 6 hours, I'm able to eat enough to maintain about 270 pounds. So I'll brainstorm, try to figure it out. But anyways, wanted to check in, have a video where you can actually see me in my majestic beard that I just got trimmed yesterday, which is coming in pretty well. I think all these squats and deadlifts I've been doing have boosted my testosterone even further, so the spaces where it used to not fill in are starting to fill in. Anyways, I will maybe check in again soonish. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and until next time.